Hey golfers, really excited to share with you a review of the Avian 335 Muscleback Blade. This is a really cool golf club made by a small golf club manufacturer, not one of the big guys. So they've really thought about the design, has some really unique elements, and I'm excited to share them with you. First off, the thing that you'll notice the most is the Muscleback blade. It is a very low and centralized mass on the back side of the blade, right behind the sweet spot. This is ideal because this will provide great launch numbers. One of the benefits to this is, better players typically hit it a little thin on the iron face. So if you hit it a groove low and you have an iron with a low CG, you'll actually reduce some of the potential vertical gear effect that causes more spin on thin shots. So when I was testing this, I actually didn't see much of a variance between spin rates with pure strikes and slightly thin strikes. So exceptional CG weighting right there. The heel is a unique design where there's cutaway mass right there, and that's actually ideal. There's a lot of weight in the hosel that's not being used, and you want to get that mass right behind the sweet spot. So by taking the mass away from the heel allows that CG to be more centralized. Has a very thin top line, which is really clean and great for those people that like a thin playing profile. The blade length is really short too. Compared it to some old blades from the 80s and actually had the same blade length. And that's kind of nice because if you're in the rough and you want an iron that's going to cut through it a lot better, if you have a long profile, you've just got more surface area to capture the grass along the sole. So having a shorter blade profile really allows it to get through that a little bit easier, which is nice. The face is milled. It is CNC milled to ensure flatness, and believe it or not, there are some irons out there that have problems with that. So it's nice knowing you have great grooves right up to the tolerance of the USGA. They also had a light chrome finish on this to make sure that the volume of the grooves didn't alter after they milled it. If you put too much coating on there, it can shrink those grooves and take away some of the potential. Has a pre-worn leading edge. This is excellent for better ball strikers that are coming in at a negative angle of attack. With a pre-worn leading edge, it just helps with that initial turf interaction. And it also has ample bounce. This 7-iron has about 7 to 8 degrees of bounce. And if you happen to play in an area with soft turf, maybe like Canada or the Northwest, it actually handles it exceptionally well. So really good design from a sole standpoint. Really impressed with the pre-worn leading edge and the blade length and the size overall. The second element that makes this iron so special actually has nothing to do with the iron. It is the fitting process. And Jay at Jeffmont and Avian Redbird Golf, they developed a custom fitting matrix which actually gave me my first great custom fit. Pretty crazy because I've been playing golf for over 20 years, but the fact that they were able to dial in the exact specs, and it was even remote. I gave them my measurements from everything from my height to inseam, even measurements on my arms and my hands. All of these were important to find the perfect fit. And what was so great about this is typically I have to get a feel for an iron before I start to strike it well. Well, right off the bat, it was such a well-balanced iron that it really fit well with my swing. And because of that fit, I actually had more pure strikes with the iron than my gamers, which was pretty interesting. The importance of fitting is absolutely crucial, but when it comes to a great fitting, this is where Avian really excels. So if you get a chance to check out their website, check out their fitting process. To be honest, it was probably the best part of it. And this is just icing on the cake, having a design that really accommodates even characteristics that I like as a player. Overall, really good iron, really good design. I guess things that I might find as detractors, I can't be entirely positive, but one element was just the grind on the leading edge. The pre-worn leading edge was perfect, but I like it when it's done to where it matches the groove line perfectly straight. So there's a slight curve in it. Some people might even see it. If that was something I was going to alter, it would be that. Just get a little bit finer line that matches the groove line so that the leading edge didn't have a slight curve to it. And then on the top line, I probably roll the back edge just a titch, and that makes the back edge of the top line disappear, giving it an even thinner look at address. And so I'm kind of a no-nonsense player at address, and I really like clean designs. This one definitely checked a lot of the boxes, but again, very minor alteration. Just rolling that back edge on that top line really makes it just blend right behind it. So, I mean, those were really just it. Those were the two things that I thought, hey, if I were to change it in one aspect. But yeah, really, really awesome fitting, really good feeling iron, very pure. And then the shaft, the Maughan shaft was excellent. Felt really stable, typically playing an X100, but this CT125X took some of the spin off that the X100 kind of left in there for me. So that was nice. Kind of had a similar playing profile to like a Project X 6.5, but might even had a little bit less spin, which is good for me because I'm kind of a high spin player. So great shaft combo with the iron. They really do make great irons. They actually sort the heads for weight so that when they are building the components, everything matches up really well. So give it a look, check it out. If you get a chance to see some of their equipment, or if you're at an event where they are, check out the custom fitting. If you get a chance to hit the irons, do it. Really good player's profile. Haven't seen the other stuff like the mid cavities, kind of the mid to high handicapper equipment, but you know, if it's as quality as this, it's probably going to be pretty good. So overall, great review. Go check it out.